it doesn't.
Well, because they get the sex without the responsibility.
Yeah, but it doesn't disadvantage men. It disadvantages a very small proportion of hyper-successful and increasingly
Holiday
predatory
Gaming
men.
super chatted
Because it
$50.
disadvantages most...
Why is it that when a man talks about girl and not so good, like they think we hate them? I'm sure that I can speak for most guys when I say you can do it, but we will judge.
Aw, so you don't hate me?
Did he say beat them?
Yeah.
Or...
Hate. He said hate.
Keep playing it. Sorry, guys. We had a TTS come in during the video.
Because what happens is that when the sexual constraints are lifted off women, they all migrate to a very small percentage of men, 5% maybe. And then those men have an almost unlimited field of sexual access. And so you could say that's a benefit to them, but it's not, because it trains them to be manipulative, Machiavellian, instrumental psychopaths, because all they're doing is pursuing a string of pleasure-based, hedonistic, short-term relationships. That's bad training if you want to be a reciprocal human being and if you want to learn how to participate in a real relationship. So, and then it's catastrophe for the women, because none of those men are incentivized to form anything that approximates a long-term relationship. And then the rest of the men are left with nothing. Yeah, so that's
disastrous for society.
Disastrous, yeah, it's disastrous.
Any reaction to that, anybody?
Gotta love Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, so basically what's kind of happening now, you've what was the term he used? It was something deregulated the sexual marketplace. So when that happens, basically, and we have the data to back this up from dating apps. How do most people meet nowadays? Online. They meet on dating apps. Women swipe no on like 90% of guys. They're all swiping on the same guys. So all those guys at the top, they're going to get all the girls. There's no incentive for them to commit. So they're going to keep you around for sex, but they'll never commit to you. Men will sleep down. So we'll sleep with a girl who's less attractive than us because sex.
Why not?
And then, but those guys won't commit. So women are chasing after these really attractive guys, and he says it's bad for those guys, and I don't know where I stand on that, but it's bad for most women and it's bad for most men ultimately, because, and we see it playing out. People aren't getting into relationships, and we see a rise in male, like, Eric, can you pull up that thing from the Washington Post, the study they did with the who's reported sexlessness in the past?
You know, it's crazy. They say that by 2030, 50% of women will be single.
I can see that. We're all dating each other now. On the low.
Yeah, because we're all over the men population. That's why we're single.
Wait, what?
I said because we're all over the male population. What's left?
Well, you're over the 10 or 20% of men that are treating you poorly.
Which is most of the population.
20% is not most of the population.
No, I'm saying the way that they act. And we're over the way that they act, a good majority of them. It's gotten really old, the same game.
Okay, but have you ever said that the guy's too nice?
Have I ever said that somebody's too nice? I don't know if I've said they're too nice.
See, as the guy that used to be too nice, you can't be too nice. They don't want it.
I've given nice guys a chance.
Okay, but why is there a trope of women being attracted to bad boys and jerks and assholes? You got women. Women are the women are the gatekeepers of sex. You choose who you sleep with. If you're consistently sleeping with shitty men, you have nobody to blame but yourself. You disregard the guys that would be loyal, good partners, but they don't excite you. How often do you hear girls say, I didn't feel the connection, I didn't feel the vibe, I didn't feel the chemistry, there wasn't a click. You're looking for some sort of excitement that only guys who are either assholes, jerks, or bad boys are going to be able to elicit.
Again, I think that's subjective. Personally speaking, I have given nice guys a chance, and I have definitely felt a connection with douchebags. I've felt a connection with guys that were awesome, but I think that there should be a form of excitement no matter who they are, whether they're nice or they're not. There should be something to look forward to.
Do you think a good relationship, a long-lasting relationship, the foundation of that has anything to do with how excited someone makes you?
I don't know if excited is the word.
Well, women live their life based on they crave drama. If you have to bring drama to the woman's life in some shape, way, or form. No, women crave drama. They what do they do when they get together and they're with their friends? They talk about other girls. They talk
Everybody's
about problems.
very biologically
Not my friends and I. We
different.
talk. I think it's important to be with somebody that you can learn from and that you can also teach and is willing to learn from you as well, and more about intellectuality as opposed to being too nice or being too mean. And I don't think excitement would be the word.
You're like turned on by smartness.
Yeah,
intellect.
Absolutely. Intellect and I don't know, like somebody that's actually goal driven and going towards something.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of disagree with the whole. Are you talking about ambition, ambitious men?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think women really care all that much about ambition.
But we're telling you we do.
I think it
Both of
depends on the girl.
I would
If we're
say they
ambitious,
do.
I want an
Well,
ambitious guy.
let me qualify my statement. Women are attracted to ambitious men who have reaped the rewards of said ambition.
Not true.
Not
at
true.
all. Not
Completely.
true.
I am
at all.
I am the most ambitious man in Santa Barbara. Okay,
That's
maybe
not true at all either.
women
but-
aren't. I'm pretty damn ambitious.
Yes, sure.
Women aren't busting down the door to date me because of my ambition. They don't. It's not like.
When someone's
True, but-
goal oriented, that's a huge turn on. Like,
Do you
that's
state
what I
that
look
like in
for.
your day? Like, do you express that you are ambitious?
Well, he
No,
has,
that's weird to say.
So
By
then,
the way,
then
I'm
a
so
girl just
ambitious.
isn't gonna know. You know what I mean?
But also,
Look,
ambition
they're
is
gonna
shown in your-
know.
in your
Look
behavior.
around
They can
you.
see.
Ambition is
But
shown in your
what if she
behavior.
doesn't know?
Maybe it goes back to you splitting the bill on the first.
Yeah.
Well, you exhibit your ambition from your
Could be.
behavior and the things you talk about and the way you present yourself.
I think the ultimate thing, if I can do a little psychoanalysis, that might be preventing someone like you from attaining your dream girl is just that you have this block where you think about so much about body count, so much about her being a high value woman, instead of just going to the date, finding someone you connect with, and then seeing like, could I build a family with this person? Is this someone who's going to be loyal to me, accountable, somebody I can trust? Will this be a good mother? How does she react in terrible situations? These are the questions that you should be asking your future partner. And as a woman, I'm looking for somebody also accountable. Am I going to need to remind him every weekend to help me with shit? Or is he going to be out there doing it? And that body count doesn't really factor in for me, even though I don't have a high body count. I'm just looking for somebody who's going to like be my solid partner, you know?
I mean, so you're saying your dating advice to me is that I'm going in with what? Too much expectations?
I don't even think it's expectations. I think it's judgment. I think you're like going in with
turn
these,
this into the mic, please.
a little like too much judgment instead of taking into account all these other things. You're focused on these like minuscule things, and you're
minuscule.
I mean,
Body
you're just
count?
you're not
A
taking.
woman's
You're just doing
promiscuity?
body count. That's like so physical. Like, are you not?
You're focused too
concerned
much on the past too. You're not really focused as
on the
much
present.
towards someone's present and future, what they're working towards,
See-
and stuff like that.
see,
From what
this-
you've told us.
Okay. Thank you for the feedback. Here's what's so funny to me is I think women are unaccustomed to hearing men communicate and articulate their preferences, standards, and boundaries. Women are the queens, or maybe the kings, I don't know, of going for exactly what they want. You guys have laundry lists of criteria that a guy needs to meet. Y'all swipe left on like 90% of dudes. So you're talking about physicality. Women are much harsher judges of, if we're speaking of physical attraction, women are far harsher judges of men on physical attractiveness than men are towards women. As far as like stats, we as men, we really don't ask for a lot. Women will have literally a list of shit that a guy has to meet. Mm-hmm. He's got to be tall. He's got to be good looking. He's got to be great in bed. He's got to be all these things. We as men, we don't ask for a lot, but the things that we do ask for matter a lot. So it's just funny, like men are not allowed to have preferences, standards, and boundaries.
Nobody said that.
We're not saying that. We're just saying that.
You played a pretty ringtone when she said she was 4'11", but when somebody else said that their preference was guys over 5'7" and up, that was like not good. So it's just this constant.
No. There's nothing. I don't have a. I acknowledge that women are more attracted to men that are taller.
Okay,
I don't.
But you're saying that men have less preferences.
Yes.
And women have more. But when we went around the table and compared just this very small test group, you know, all of us said, I dated a guy shorter than me and loved him. We went around and said, you know, just slightly taller or whatever. And then you really like women who are 4'11" and said that's your preference highly. So it's just kind of like, we all have preferences. We're human beings, and sorry. So why don't we just
Zinchen super
look
chatted
for
$99.99 to the girl, and yes, I mean girl. I have been in SoCal for a while, and the egregious rampant vanity and mental disorders here pale far in comparison to your delusion.